Hello everyone, my name is JJ, and welcome back to Take the Step. Today we will be recapping Jaguars Jets and previewing the rest of Week 16's games. The Jaguars beat the Jets 19-3. Because the Jaguars beat the Jets, if they win the next two games, they win the AFC South. Because of the Jets' loss, the road to the playoff is really hard. They need to win the next two games and need lots of other teams to lose. Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence threw for 228 yards, didn't throw any touchdowns, but rushed for one. Jets quarterback Zach Wilson threw for 92 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and was benched in the third quarter. Now let's preview the rest of Week 16's games. On Christmas Eve at 1 p.m., the Saints on Cleveland take on the Browns. My score prediction is Saints 20, Browns 17. Browns and Saints, both looking for a playoff spot, but aren't quite in yet. If the Saints win and the Buccaneers lose, then they're tied for the first in the division. The Browns, if they win the next two games, and the Chargers or Dolphins lose the next two games, then they have a chance to get into the playoffs. The Browns and Saints are both coming off wins. The Saints beat the Falcons and the Browns beat the Ravens. Going to the next game, the Bengals and Patriots play on Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. in Boston. The Bengals are first in the NFC North at 10-4, but need to win because the Ravens are right behind them at 9-5. The Patriots are 7-7 and are barely outside of the playoffs. If the Bengals win, then they will still be on top of the NFC North. But if they lose and the Ravens win, well, the Ravens and Bengals will be tied for top in NFC North. If the Patriots win and the Chargers or Dolphins lose, then they might be in the playoff picture. Score prediction is Bengals 17, Patriots 9. Bengals beat the Buccaneers in a come-from-behind win last week. Patriots lost on one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life. The 11-3 Bills are in Chicago to take on the 3-11 Bears. The Bears have been eliminated from the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Bills are fighting for the number one AFC spot, already clinching a playoff spot. Score prediction is Bears 31, Bills 41. This game is on Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. I personally think that Justin Fields is a really good quarterback, but that the Bears haven't put a lot of weapons around him, so that's why the Bears were eliminated from the playoffs, and that's why they're a bad team. Moving on to the New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, one of the best teams in the NFL, 11-3, are taking on another good team in the NFL, the Giants, 5-1. Both in the NFC playoff picture. Vikings the 2 seed, Giants the 6 seed. It's going to be a good matchup. My prediction is Giants 20, Vikings 17. I'm picking the Giants because although both teams are coming off the win, the Vikings had to make the biggest comeback in NFL history to beat the Colts. I don't trust the Vikings enough versus that Giants defense to actually win the game, so that's why I'm picking the Giants in this one. But it's going to be a really good matchup, even if the Vikings do win. I think the Vikings are a really good team that have a lot of talent, but that just struggle sometimes. If the Vikings win the next 3 games, and the Eagles lose the next 2 games, then the Vikings get the number 1 seed in the playoffs. And the Giants are in the playoffs, but just looking to stay alive. On to Lions at Panthers. I think that the Lions are a really surprising team that have shocked everyone. And the Panthers are still actually kind of shocking, and considering the fact they can still win the division. I'm taking the Lions in this matchup 35-10 over the Panthers. Lions win, and the Seahawks and Commanders lose. Then the Lions are in the playoff picture. Moving on to the Seattle Seahawks at the Kansas City Chiefs. Come in at 11-3, the 2 seed in the AFC looking to be the 1 seed, and the Seahawks come in at 7-7 on the bubble looking to get into the playoffs. Last week, the Chiefs won in overtime over the Texans. The Seahawks lost to the 49ers. The Chiefs win, the Bills lose, then they're the top of the AFC. The Seahawks side, if they win and the Commanders lose, then they are in the NFC playoff picture. My prediction is the Chiefs 20, Seahawks 7. Texans at Titans. The Texans come in with the worst record in the NFL. Titans look to win the AFC South and make the playoffs. The Texans have been eliminated from the playoffs. For the Titans, if they win the next 2 games, then they win the division. Score prediction is Texans 35, Titans 38. Falcons at Ravens. The Falcons and Ravens are 2 teams both looking to win the divisions. The Falcons are 5-9 and the Ravens are 9-5. I like Lamar Jackson. He's my favorite player. I like how he can run as well as pass. And I like the Falcons because they are just fight through all the games. And here they are, but maybe winning the division. Score prediction is Falcons 3, Ravens 23. Ravens win and the Bengals lose, then the Ravens are tied for first in the division. On the Falcons side, if the Falcons win and the Buccaneers lose, then they are tied for first in their division. Washington Commanders at San Francisco 49ers. The Commanders are an interesting team. They are 7-6-1 and are in the playoff race as the NFC 7 seed. The 49ers have clinched the division at 10-4. 49ers are a really talented team, a really good team, good coaching, good quarterback. Brock Purdy is pretty good. The Commanders are a pretty weird team. They don't have the best players. Are playing with a backup quarterback, but win games. Commanders lose, and the Seahawks or Lions win, then they're out of the current playoff picture. Our prediction is 49ers 14, Commanders 24. Commanders because they're feisty, they're coming off a loss, and they want this one. So I think that they will play good, hard football, that they will win it. The Eagles are in Dallas and take on the Cowboys at 4:25 Eastern on Christmas Eve. I think that the Eagles are a really good team, a little overrated, but coming in at 13-1 with the best record in the NFL. And the Cowboys coming in at 10-4 with a really good defense. And both teams have clinched a playoff spot. Quarterback Jalen Hurts is out, so he will not be playing. So I'm taking the Cowboys in this game 24-20. Cowboys win the last 3 games and the Eagles lose the last 3 games, then the Cowboys might win the division. The Raiders are in Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. If the Raiders win the next 3 games and the Chargers or Dolphins lose the next 3 games, then the Raiders make the playoffs. It is the same exact scenario with the Steelers. The score prediction is Raiders 7, Steelers 10. The Packers are in Miami, taking on the Dolphins on Christmas Day at 1 p.m. The Dolphins are in the playoffs currently, and the Packers are fighting to get into the playoffs. The Dolphins win to stay in the playoff picture. If the Packers win the next 3 games, and the Lions, Seahawks, and Commanders lose the next 3 games, then the Packers are in the playoffs. The score prediction is Dolphins 27, Packers 10. The Broncos are in Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Both teams have been eliminated from the playoffs, both sitting at 4-10. Our prediction is Broncos 10, Rams 17. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in Phoenix to take on the Arizona Cardinals. The Buccaneers are 6-8 and have a playoff chance. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are 4-10 and don't. If the Buccaneers win, then they stay on top of the division. But if they lose and the Panthers, Saints, or Falcons win, then they are top for first in the division. Score prediction is Buccaneers 21, Cardinals 24. The only reason I picked the Cardinals is because the Buccaneers haven't been playing good football recently. The Chargers are in Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Chargers are 8-6 and the Colts are 4-9-1. The Colts are eliminated from the playoffs. But the Chargers, if they win, stay in the AFC playoff picture. But if they lose and the Patriots win, then the Patriots go in the playoffs and the Chargers get out. My score prediction is Colts 7, Chargers 24. This has been Take the Snap. I'm JJ. Thanks for listening, and have a Merry Christmas.